Hello, I'm Annie Sloan.
And I'm Tristan Merriam.
And this is The Colourist,
a podcast all about colour and its influence on our lives. This week we're talking all about a new chalk paint colour to mark the 35th anniversary year of chalk paint, and that is the very versatile Jaipur Pink. So tell us a little bit about this colour, Annie.
Well, it's another dusty pink. So we've been in Sweden and we've done Scandinavian pink, which is that gorgeous, earthy, gorgeous pink. We did primer red, and we were in America for that, New Mexico, in fact, and Georgia O'Keeffe, and that was that red. And when you add white to it, it's all those beautiful pinks, earthy pinks. And now we've got another one. The big difference is, of course, geography, but each mix is different. Each colour is slightly different, and also the colours that go with it are very different. So Scandinavian pink is all the Scandinavian colours, obviously, and they're some of that, the blues and the greens and the softer, a bit of gold even, a different palette. And primer red in Mexico is more yellowy colours and browns and whites and all of that sort of, again, very, very earthy. But we're here in India.
Some might call this a world tour.
Oh, yes.
It feels like we're on a world tour, doesn't it?
I love that. Well, I love travel and everything.
Exactly.
The world is our palette.
It is? Ooh.
Oh.
That should be our motto.
So the colours that go with Jaipur Pink.
What is Jaipur Pink, though?
Right.
Describe the colour.
I haven't explained.
Because it's new as well, so people might not yet have experimented with it or even heard of it.
It's a soft, dusty pink. It's quieter and browner, I would say, than Scandinavian pink. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's very, I suppose, a bit more washed out, and I just think very dusty looking.
Quite warm.
Oh, they're all very warm, just beautifully warm.
I think I love this colour.
Yeah,
I didn't realise I needed it until it came, and now
nice.
I just love it.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I know it's popular because obviously in the shop people are buying it and people are talking about it and it's getting a reaction. I think people can identify with this colour. They can easily use it in their homes. Yeah. It's not an offensive colour. It's that's a private joke with colours that offend. But it's versatile. That's what I described it as.
Yes.
People feel like they can easily bring this into their home.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's a sort of neutral.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not shouting out at you. It's quite quiet and soft, and it does go with a lot of colours. So it comes from Jaipur, and if you don't know where Jaipur is in Rajasthan. So if you're looking at a map of India, that's to the north and on the left. That is the west.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's above Bombay, or Mumbai as it's called now. And it's the area where actually we do our India retreat, nearby there in Rajasthan. And it's the area where there's a lot of artwork, painted things, pigments, craft works, all sorts of things made. So it's an amazing area.
A creative city.
Creative area, Rajasthan. And Jaipur itself, yes, you're right, a very creative city. And I've actually been to Jaipur, and it's wonderful. Tristan's been to the area, but not to Jaipur itself.
Next time, next year.
I really
That's
think
what we're hoping.
Must come.
Absolutely.
So,
so it's called the Pink City.
It is. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It is actually called a Pink City.
And it is literally quite pink.
It's pretty pink.
Yeah.
So the story behind that is that it was already pink to start with. Everything is pink.
And why is that?
Well, the natural stone is pink. So there are a lot of natural palaces that they built, and forts, the great amber fort. I don't know whether amber, that's the name of it because it looks like amber. No, I don't think so. Is built of the sandstone there, which is pink. And so the local pigment is quite pink. When I say pink, they are all variations of pinks, and I chose the pink I liked the best, you know.
You could have a whole collection. Jaipur Pinks.
Yes.
But you've chosen one that fits within the range, and
and you can always add other colours to it. So it's always been known as the Pink City. Well, no, not always. It was always a pink city because of the pink around. But when Prince Albert and Queen Victoria came to visit in 1876, they decided they'd have a spruce up.
Of course. The Queen is coming, paints the city.
This is the time, for those who perhaps don't know, that India was part of the British Empire at the time. So the Queen Victoria, she came with her husband, Albert, to visit. And they painted everything. They got everything looking beautiful. And afterwards, the Queen of the area, the Maharaja, decided, I do like this colour. The Queen of Jaipur, she thought, I love this colour.
We're onto something here with this pink city.
So they passed a law stating that any future buildings in the city should be painted the same colour. And the laws remained, which is amazing. So everywhere, from bazaars to temples, everywhere around you're just driving along and you see shops and everything's painted. Houses.
All variations of this kind of earthy, dusky pink, which is amazing. And the fact there's a law, wow, a law that states a colour should dominate a city is incredible.
Yeah. I don't know how wide... Well, in fact, funnily enough, we should just talk about that, because Santa Fe... You're supposed to use, there's a palette of colours you have to use there. So, yes, because they were the natural ones.
There are places, aren't there, where you're only allowed to paint your front door a certain colour. And I'm thinking, I live in Bristol, near Bristol, and there's the famous colourful houses. When you look over the docks, or whatever they're called. I can't think of the word. Marina? No. Anyway, you look up at these brightly painted houses that are all very different. But I wonder... if you owned one of those houses, would you be allowed to paint it a boring shade of grey?
Yes.
Or do you have to keep up with this sort of...
I'm not sure about that, but there in San Francisco, that building is called the Painted Ladies. There could be something there that you have to keep
there must
up with.
be.
I quite like it myself, because I think that there is some little tradition, and it's made it beautiful. I mean, I do think it's lovely.
Yeah.
And if you go around Jaipur, it's really quite compelling.
Well, I can see photos. You've been, and these are photos that you've taken, which makes it even more exciting, because it's seeing Jaipur through your eyes.
Yeah.
So tell us about why it's so inspiring. Obviously the colour, but...
Yes. I love the way, and of course it's also aged, and there's lots of sun on it, and there's the monsoon rains that come. So some of the colours that you see are quite faded and quite imperfect. Some of them are really, really quite orange and bright and orange, and some of them are really quite deep red, deep pinky red, and then some of them are beautiful and muted. There's everything, and I love the combinations, of course. So if you have a look, and with white it also looks fantastic. So do have a look. There's the City Palace, which is amazing. The pictures there, it's all that pink and squares and a lot of white on the colour. And I'm very inspired by that. I keep meaning to do something.
That's very fresh. It takes something very earthy and just freshens it up, doesn't it? And crisp. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I also love the fact that those buildings often have archways and sort of minaret-y type imagery and lots of lines around them. There's some good pictures there. If you were to look at the piece that I painted for the
launch.
The launch, thank you. Good words.
I'm here. Here for you.
So it's the combinations there that I think are really important, and it is what makes India and what Jaipur is for me. Now, you can use Jaipur Pink in any way you like, but if you want to give it that slightly offbeat look, not a Swedish look, not a Venetian look, there's another place, we should be looking at colours like Barcelona orange. And I think that's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
That it will go, a pink goes with an orange, not in, because I always think pink and orange is quite sort of 1960s Mary Quant sort of edgy thinking. But this just looks...
I'm a big fan of pink and orange, but I hadn't really considered using such a dusky pink with a bright orange. That's a really interesting combination.
It does really work. So with that piece, what I did is I did a primer red over the whole piece, and then I painted over in the Jaipur Pink, rubbed it back, so you see some of the primer red under some of it.
And a bit like how the walls are in Jaipur, where it's kind of been, as you say, weathered or whatever.
Yeah. And the wood on this is quite a rough
It's a beautiful piece.
So it's actually a piece from India that I got. And then on each of the little squares, rectangles, which are on the doors, the big doors, I did these little, I don't know what sort of arched
I know what you mean, but I can't think of the word.
No, I don't know. These windows.
I was going to say windows is all I can describe, like an arched window.
Yeah. So I did those, and I did a mixture of primer red, some yellow, and some Barcelona, but I did some yellow ochre, some Barcelona, and made them all slightly different, because that's one of the aspects of somewhere like this, like India, or anywhere that's got old colour that hasn't been renewed constantly, is that things change. So one will be red a bit, then another bit of yellow. So I've really made that come out in this, and I think that's important. And I've done the bottom line with a bit more orange, and I think that gives it that, I don't know, just feel that.
And Florence is in there as well, isn't it?
Yes. In fact, I think I played with a lot of colours there. I did a little bit of Giverny, a little bit of Florence, and even a little bit of Antibes. And so all of those colours. So there's some metal drawers, and they've got metal knobs. And I did those on there. And I just think that's an interesting way to combine the colours. So what I'm saying here, that all these earthy colours, they're all the same, but look at what country they're in. So I've recently been to Mexico, lots of earthy pink there. Think of the Mexican colours, and there you've got the blue. I mean, the amazing Frida blue with it. Go to Venice, and Venice is a lot more soft pinks and soft pinks.
But it's very similar to Jaipur. You could zoom in on a building and it could be in Jaipur.
Well,
Not in terms of the architecture, but certainly in terms of the colours.
Yeah, so in the images that I'm going to post on my Annie Sloan Instagram page, have a look, please, because you will see some images there that if it wasn't for the water of Venice, you might think, where are they? Because they've even got pointy windows, haven't they?
But I love that you've been inspired by the colour, obviously the pink city and this variation of pink shades, but it's also, and anyone who's visited India will know, there isn't a place on earth you take as many photos, because it is every turn you take there is something decorative that is inspiring, and I think that's where, with the piece you painted using Jaipur Pink, it pulls together the true artistry of India as well as the colour itself. Yes. It's the lines and the detailing, and incredibly captivating.
Yes. I think on this also, when you look at the photographs, you'll see with that there is also black and there is gold. And gold, I think, is sort of something that you might not put with
a dusky kind of earthy colour, yeah.
No. And the worn away white as well. I think they're all things that sort of give you that feeling of, I suppose, history and age, but age in a way that is also, it's heritage, and it's a feeling of someone who's hand-painted things. Something I want to talk about a lot is hand painting, because I think people are quite nervous oh, it's got to be a straight line, we've got to use masking tape. Well, I think masking tape's great, but honestly, there's so much that can be achieved with a hand-painted line.
I couldn't agree more, and I think you're right, it's persuading people that that is okay, and I find whenever I show people photographs saying, look, this is how it is in wherever it may be, Charleston Farmhouse or photos from India, and you zoom in and you look at the imperfection in the detail, then people go, oh yeah, okay, that gives me permission to have a slightly wonky line and make it not perfect.
Yeah.
But it is persuading people and showing them
that it's all good. And of course, again, going back to the colour combinations and the width of lines. So a lot of this that's in India is just a line or 3 lines or 2 lines, and how you achieve that. And it's achieving it, giving it interest by having, well, a lot of this is this beautiful pinky colour as a background, having one thicker line, one smaller line, so each line is a different size and a different width between them as well, so it gives it variety.
And depth.
And depth.
And kind of contours a piece sometimes, doesn't it? If you're doing it around a drawer or a door.
Yeah.
Or on a door, a natural door in your house, if it's panelled, it can be very effective for that.
I think the photographs I took there are really good to show people what something aged looks like. I wish there was a better word than aged, and I wish there was a better word than distressed.
I know, well, distressed has connotations with the shabby chic thing, and it's not quite like that.
I'm not doing shabby chic, I'm just doing beautiful texture. So if you look at artists like, one of my favourite painters is Ben Nicholson. Ben Nicholson is a 20th century, early 20th century British painter, and he did wonderful textures. It's nothing to do with aging or distressing. He's just got beautiful, beautiful textures. And I think if you look at some of the pictures I've got here, where the colouring, there's a beautiful black and pink and white, and it's just gorgeous.
I've got it, yeah.
And I'm going to have that. You can see the texturing in there is
this is where, sorry to interrupt, your paint is perfect, because you can achieve so many different textures and finishes, and it kind of goes into the faux finish world as well. Looking at this particular piece, you might have a little bit of frottage there, or two-tone distressing, a bit of colour layering, and zooming in on photos is one of my favourite hobbies, because I've just zoomed in on this pillar here, and actually there's blue in there, and you would not see that on first impression.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that pillar there.
That really inspires me.
There's a bit of grey, I suppose, isn't it? That looks blue.
Bluey grey.
Next to the orange, I think.
But that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
and I think
there isn't a word for it. Maybe we need to invent a word.
Yeah, well,
a cross between aged, organic, authentic.
Well, there is another word, but people don't really like it either, which is patina.
Yes. Well, it does sum it up.
It is a patina. But yes, patina. I just still think patina sounds old, and what I'm talking about is something which is completely ageless and perhaps quite modern.
But it's full of character and texture and depth and all the things we love about painted furniture.
It's about not doing a flat finish.
Yes, the opposite.
Flat finishes are absolutely fine. We talked about them we talked about them in the Ballet Russe thing, where we talked about Art Deco and all of that. Fantastic for flat finishes.
And with Shinkle Green, and the colour on colour is just pure, basic, flat colour. Yeah,
exactly. But there are sometimes, and these colours I think work particularly well when they're done like this. So there is. So I think Jaipur Pink is something that people can have a lot of fun with.
I completely agree. Why have you decided to bring it out now? It's one of the most recent, well, the most recent set of colours. Yeah,
I think that Antoinette used to fulfil that, but somehow Antoinette has got more, and I don't know, I feel it's now too pretty a colour.
Yes.
And I really, really wanted something that was meant to be a dirty pink, and somehow, I don't know, it's not a dirty pink. Maybe it's my interpretation. I don't know. Now it's changed. It seems exactly what we want now. We also did a colour called Piranesi Pink and a colour called Point. And Piranesi...
For the walls.
For the walls, yeah. And I was really thrilled how popular the Piranesi wall paint has been.
Got it in my bedroom.
He got it in his bedroom.
And actually, I've just painted a little bit of wall in our sort of hallway by the stairs. Just a sort of triangle of wall under the stairs. You know how you get those strange little inlets? Yeah. And that's made the world of difference in that space. It's really cheered it up. It's a great colour. Similar to Jaipur, but stronger.
Yes, it's stronger. I think you can have a stronger colour on a wall. So those two things made me think, well, actually, I really, really want it. And of course, I've been to India now and I've really understood it. And at where we go to in India, the retreat, they've got it everywhere.
Vijayara Fort.
Yes.
Yes, very similar sort of sandstony, earthy pink.
Yes,
the whole building
is pink.
Yeah.
And they've got lots of pink in there.
And interestingly, they combine it with blue.
They do.
So there's a lot of lines and pots in blue. Yes. So they're the theme. That's the theme of Bujara, I suppose.
Yes, it is. But lots of other colour as well as white, I think, to keep things separate and clean and but lots of texture there as well. So it's a fabulous, I think it's quite relaxing, and perhaps that's what we need now.
Yeah, well, there must be something that people, going back to what I said at the beginning, there must be something that people can identify with.
Yeah.
They want it. They know they can have it. They know it'll fit in. There's something.
Yeah, it fits in with the time.
Yeah. As always, follow us on social media for more kind of behind the scenes imagery to accompany this podcast. Annie's is Annie Sloan Instagram. Mine is Doghead Designs.
And ask questions. Please ask questions. I'm sure there's some things that I didn't answer. And if it's not about this, about something else and a colour you might like to hear about, we will be doing all the colours one way or another.
How many are there now? 52?
120. No.
But that's not even including the wall paint colours, so we'll be here for a long time.
Yes, and what will happen is that I'll go back to some colours as well, because some colours I've done in one way, but I know I could do it in a different way. So, this is pretty much endless.
Yeah, well, there we go. We look forward to seeing you all next time, though. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.